All right, so you're getting ready for an interview for an Aquaculture Recirculation Manager position.
That's awesome.
It's a pretty cool field with a lot
Yeah.
of opportunities out there.
It is a growing field, a lot of need for these types of
Exactly. And we're here to help you, um,
professionals.
nail this interview.
Yeah.
We've got all the RoleCatcher resources right here.
Huh?
Uh, career guides, interview guides, the whole shebang.
Yeah, we're going to dive deep
And
into
all
those
really get that extra edge.
resources and help get you prepped.
Think of us as like your interview prep squad.
Yeah.
Ready to kind of dive deep into what these hiring managers are looking for and
Like
how to
Sandra.
answer those tricky questions.
Yeah, you're going to be the mastermind behind all these cool, innovative, land-based aquaculture systems.
Okay.
Making sure the water's pristine and the fish are thriving and the whole operation is sustainable.
So let's jump right in. First up, a classic. Can you tell us about your experience in managing a recirculating aquaculture system? This isn't just about reciting your resume, right?
No, it's not. You want to think about this more as storytelling. What systems have you worked with? What species did you raise? What were some of the biggest wins that you had? Maybe you improved water quality or boosted production or implemented a new filtration technique.
Oh.
You really want to paint that picture of your expertise.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to get really specific with your examples.
I love that.
Yeah.
And imagine they follow up with, what's the most innovative thing you've done in a recirculating system?
Ooh, that's a great question. That's your chance to showcase your problem-solving skills
Yeah.
and your passion for pushing boundaries. Did you experiment with a new type of biofilter?
Right.
Did you find a creative way to reduce waste or conserve energy? This is where you really want to highlight those aha moments that demonstrate your ability to think outside the tank, so to speak.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk water quality. The question that might come up is, how do you ensure that the water quality is maintained?
Yeah, this is a big one. This is where your knowledge of water chemistry and filtration systems really comes in. So don't just list the parameters like pH, temperature, dissolved oxygen. Explain why they're crucial
Yes.
for fish health and growth. Talk about the specific methods that you've used, biofilters, UV sterilization, regular testing,
Yeah.
and emphasize how your proactive approach ensures a healthy and thriving environment.
Okay. And be ready for that curveball.
Yeah.
What if they ask, have you ever had a water quality emergency? How did you handle it?
Every seasoned manager has a story like this.
I bet.
Walk them through the crisis, how you diagnosed the problem,
Yeah.
the steps you took to resolve it, and the lessons you learned.
Right.
This shows that you can stay calm under pressure and turn challenges into opportunities for growth.
That's a really good point. Speaking of growth, let's move on to leadership.
Mhm.
What experience do you have in managing a team of aquaculture technicians?
Oh, yeah. This is your time to shine as a leader.
Okay.
How do you delegate tasks effectively?
Yeah.
How do you motivate and mentor your team?
Right.
Share a really compelling story about a time you led your team to achieve a goal. Maybe you exceeded production targets
Wow.
or implemented a new training program that boosted efficiency. Remember, specific examples bring your leadership style to life.
Okay, and they might dig deeper with, what is your leadership style?
Ooh, be authentic
Yeah.
and avoid buzzwords. Describe your approach to teamwork, decision-making, and communication,
Yeah.
and back it up with real-world examples. If you're collaborative, describe how you foster open communication.
Okay.
If you're results-oriented, talk about how you set clear goals
Right.
and empower your team to achieve them.
Awesome. All right, let's tackle fish health.
Mm.
A crucial question is, can you discuss your knowledge of fish health and disease management?
Yes, think about common fish diseases.
Okay.
Bacterial, parasitic, viral.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared to discuss their symptoms and prevention measures.
Yeah.
Dive into biosecurity protocols, quarantine procedures, and your approach to treatment.
Right.
They really want to see that you're not just knowledgeable, but also proactive
Yeah.
in safeguarding fish health.
Okay. And here's a hot button issue they might raise.
Yeah.
What's your approach to antibiotic use in aquaculture?
This is an important one. This is an opportunity to demonstrate your commitment to sustainable and responsible practices.
I see.
Highlight your focus on preventative measures like vaccination and biosecurity. Explain how you carefully consider antibiotic use, weighing the benefits against potential risks like antibiotic resistance.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
And be ready to discuss alternative treatment options, showcasing your dedication to finding the most responsible solutions.
Absolutely.
Now, before we move on to the next set of questions, I want to touch on how RoleCatcher can give you a real advantage.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal interview coach.
Yes.
Powered by AI.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine practicing your answers and receiving personalized feedback tailored to the specific job that you're applying for.
That's incredible.
RoleCatcher analyzes the job description, suggesting specific skills and experiences to highlight in your responses.
Oh, wow.
Giving you a competitive edge.
Okay, so that's pretty incredible. Let's take a breath, and then we'll jump back into more practice questions in the next section.
Sounds good. Let's dive back into those interview questions. Regulations are a big deal in aquaculture, so be prepared for something like, how do you ensure compliance with regulatory requirements?
This is where you show you really know the rules of the game.
Exactly. Be ready to discuss permits, licenses, reporting requirements, any specific regulations for your region or the species you've worked with.
Okay.
Highlight your proactive approach to staying informed about updates and changes in those regulations. It shows your commitment to responsible and ethical practices.
And what if they say something like, have you ever had to deal with a regulatory inspection? What was your role?
That's a great one. Use it to share a story about your organizational skills, your attention to detail, your ability to communicate with inspectors, walk them through the inspection process, emphasize your role in making sure everything went smoothly and met those requirements.
Okay, now let's talk budgets. Question you'll probably hear is, can you discuss your experience in managing a budget?
This isn't just about the numbers. It's about resourcefulness and strategic decision-making.
Okay.
Talk about cost control measures you've used, how you prioritize expenses, your experience, negotiating with suppliers to get the best deals without compromising quality.
I see. And then they might ask, have you ever had to make tough decisions to stay within budget?
That's a chance to show your ability to make hard choices with the big picture in mind. Share a specific example. Maybe you delayed a purchase, found a cheaper option, or even adjusted production plans to stay within budget.
Right. Explain your thinking, the result, and what you learned.
Exactly.
Okay, next up. Can you tell us about your experience in developing and implementing aquaculture production plans?
That one's all about strategic thinking and execution. Walk them through your process for setting goals, planning cycles, coordinating with different teams, anticipating those potential challenges. Highlight things like market demand, species, selection, environmental conditions, available resources. Right.
Don't forget to mention monitoring progress, making adjustments, and making sure the plan stays on track.
Okay, and speaking of adjustments, be prepared for this. Have you ever had to adjust a production plan mid-cycle? Why?
This is where you get to show off your adaptability and problem-solving skills. Think of a time when something unexpected happened, like a disease outbreak or a sudden change in the market, maybe equipment malfunction, and you had to adapt.
Oh, yeah.
Describe how you assessed the situation, quickly made changes to the plan, and minimized any impact.
Now let's talk about keeping those systems in tip-top shape. Can you discuss your experience in managing the maintenance and repair of aquaculture equipment?
Pumps, filters, aeration systems, those all need to be working perfectly. Describe how you schedule maintenance, handle repairs, troubleshoot problems, and make sure your team is following safety protocols.
Right. And be ready to tell a story about a time you had to fix a major equipment problem.
This is where you get to be the hero. Did you have to think outside the box for a temporary fix? Work under pressure to get the system back online quickly? Share those details. Okay, so that was a lot. But before we wrap up this question marathon, let's talk again about how RoleCatcher can help you in this process.
It's more than just practicing answers. RoleCatcher uses AI to analyze job descriptions and finds the skills and experience that employers are looking for. Then it suggests how to tailor your answers so you highlight those key areas.
That's like having a personal resume and interview expert in your pocket.
Exactly. And don't forget the career guide. It's packed with insights on career progression.
Yeah, that's right. It outlines the typical responsibilities at each level of an aquaculture recirculation manager's career.
From assistant aquaculture technician to aquaculture manager, you can see the skills and experience needed at each stage.
Okay, so that's super helpful. Let's take another quick break and then wrap things up with some final tips and insights. All right, so we've covered a ton from tackling those interview questions to exploring the career path of an aquaculture recirculation manager.
Yeah, a lot of great information.
But here's a thought. How can you really stand out? How can you leave those interviewers thinking, wow, we need this person on our team?
You got to go beyond the basics. Remember those emerging trends we talked about earlier?
Right.
Diving deeper into those can make a real difference.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like it shows you're not just knowledgeable about the present, you're thinking about the future.
Exactly. Imagine casually mentioning a recent breakthrough in biofloc technology.
Oh.
Or discussing the potential of AI-powered water quality monitoring.
Now, that would make an impression.
It shows you're not just looking for a job, you're passionate about the industry and its future.
It's about having a real conversation, you know?
Yeah, show them you're curious and engaged.
And that's where RoleCatcher comes in handy again, right?
Absolutely. The platform has links to tons of external resources, industry associations, research journals, news articles.
So you're saying it keeps you up to date on the latest developments?
Exactly. So as you prepare for your interview, think about what really excites you in the world of aquaculture.
Yeah.
What challenges are you eager to tackle? What innovations are you most interested in? Let that passion shine through.
That's a great point. It's not just about landing the job. It's about finding the right fit, a place where you can contribute your skills and knowledge while growing alongside an industry you're passionate about.
And remember, the aquaculture industry is all about sustainability, innovation, and respect for those aquatic ecosystems.
Right.
Showcase those values and you'll be on your way to a rewarding career.
So to our listener prepping for that Aquaculture Recirculation Manager interview, remember, you've got the knowledge, the tools, and the passion.
Yeah.
Now go out there and make a splash.
Good luck. We're rooting for now.